Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to episode 13 of the Weekend Gear Guide. In episode 10, we did a comparison of the best reusable source-controlled sports masks, and in today's episode, we'll be doing a comparison between some of the best masks and disposable respirators in the market today and provide our recommendation for the best everyday protection mask or disposable respirator for 2021. Based on a number of important criteria that everyone should take into consideration when deciding which one of these masks or respirators they should purchase for themselves. So let's get started. We'll begin first by answering the question that commonly comes up, which is, why should I consider a new mask given A, I already have a few masks and doing my part for source control, and B, I should have my vaccination shots in the next few months? Well, a few good reasons would be, 1. Your current masks are probably not as good as they should be for source control. 2. Your current masks are most likely not very good for personal protection against the coronavirus. 3. In relation to number 2, N95 masks are starting to become more available for purchase now that almost 14% of the US population have received at least one vaccination shot as of February 22nd, which we hope are mostly healthcare workers and nursing home residents. 4. New consumer-focused masks equivalent to N95 with enhanced comfort, reusability, and excellent fog prevention for eyeglasses are starting to hit the market. 5. Ongoing threat of coronavirus variants from UK, South Africa, and Brazil, which are more transmissible, could impact vaccination effectiveness and 2021 herd immunity targets. And 6. Air pollution, wildfires, seasonal allergies, and flu and cold season will still require high PFE mask use for some impacted parts of our population. So with that said, let's now go over the criteria that we'll be using in order to select the best everyday protection mask or respirator for 2021, starting with our must criteria. The best everyday protection mask or respirator must, first, be widely available for sale from a reputable source or online reseller. The best mask in the world is absolutely useless to anyone if it's not available to purchase. Second, be certified to filter out 0.3 micron particles with at least 94% particle filtration efficiency. Countries like Germany, Austria, and France are already mandating at least N95 equivalent FFP2 respirators, thus other countries should follow suit. Third, provide both source control community protection as well as personal protection. Theoretically, if everyone was using a good source control mask for 2 weeks straight, the coronavirus should die off on its own for anyone who is infected but cannot transmit it due to using a good source control mask. Fourth, fit securely with no gaps or perceivable leakage when moving and talking. This is important since you don't want to be constantly adjusting your mask every few minutes with potentially contaminated fingers or creating air gaps every time you move or talk and risk breathing in infected air. Fifth, prevent eyeglasses from fogging. Glasses fogging is a good litmus test for proper seal. In addition, for people who wear prescription glasses, what good is a mask if it protects your respiratory system but now causes potential safety concerns if you can't see due to fogging, as well as causing additional contamination risks since you now need to use your fingers to take off your glasses to clear the fog. 6. Be easily breathable for low to moderate exertion everyday activities. Lack of breathability is probably one of the main reasons why a lot of people are against wearing masks, since they were probably using a mask which was difficult to breathe with, like most multi-layered cotton cloth masks. 7th, not significantly impact voice clarity when speaking to others. Having to repeat yourself and or having someone to ask you to repeat yourself is probably another reason why people hate wearing masks. And 8th, be comfortable to use for at least 2 hours of continuous use without adjustment or removal. If you're working as an essential worker, let's say as a grocery worker or in the transportation or food service industry, on average, you'll probably be wearing your mask continuously for 2 hours till you go for break time. If you can't wear your mask comfortably without having to adjust or remove it every few minutes and risking contamination, then you're most likely not wearing the comfortable mask. And finally, to distinguish the best from the rest, ideally the best everyday protection mask or respirator should First, have at least 2 sizes to choose from or accommodate face sizes between 3.5 to 4.7 inches from the nose bridge to the bottom of the chin if only one size is available. Second, have adjustable straps, either adjustable ear bands or adjustable headbands, depending on the mask or respirator. Third, cost $350 or less per worst-case single-use scenario. Note that we selected $350, which we think is reasonable for most people based on the reference cost of a BOTN KF94 mask, which is $35 for 10 masks. Note that in most cases, single-use masks or filters can be reused multiple times using proper decontamination procedures like rotating through different masks or filters every day. And finally, if you have access to an OSHA qualitative fit test center, it's highly recommended that the mask that you selected fits your face by passing the OSHA qualitative fit test, because the best mask is the one that fits your face properly. So now that we've gone over the must and should criteria, let's have a look at each of the top tier masks and respirator models we've selected for comparison. Starting off at the far left is a mask that just hit the market a few weeks ago and is generating a lot of attention, which is the Oakley MSK3. Next is the Moldex 4800 AirWave N95 mask with its breathable pleated wave design and built-in carbon filter to help reduce odors. Next is the compact and foldable 3M Aura 9210 Plus N95 respirator. Next is one of Moldex's most protective disposable masks, the Moldex 4700 AirWave N100. Besides that is one of 3M's most protective disposable mask, the 3M 8233 N100 respirator. Then we have listed a few very affordable KN95 masks from Arun and Powecom, which are both FDA approved for emergency use authorization. Then we have the popular KF94 masks like AirQueen and BOTN from Korea, using a similar foldable boat-shaped design like the 3M Aura 9210 Plus N95. And finally, we have the UVMask Lite with washable plastic and silicone parts. This light version does not have the UVC filtration mechanism available in the upcoming UV mask version. Before we go through how each of these models compare to one another for the criteria discussed in the previous section, a few notes to mention on the color codes used. If a cell is highlighted in red, it means we do not recommend this model or it is not available. If a cell is highlighted in yellow, it means this model does not perform as well as other models, or to take caution when considering. Now let's go over each criteria comparison, starting with the availability of each mask and where to purchase. Although the Oakley MSK3 is currently showing as sold out as of February 22nd on Oakley.com, we expect it to become available soon given the popularity. The Moldex 4800 AirWave ETA is next Monday, March 1st. The 3M Aura 9210 Plus is unavailable for purchase, thus no one will be able to purchase this mask no matter how well it scores below. The Moldex 4700 ETA is end of April, which is still more than 2 months away, hence is shaded in yellow. All other masks are available for purchase now. Next is whether a mask or respirator has been certified to 0.3 microns with 94% particle filtration efficiency. As shown, the Oakley MSK3 mask comes with a certificate of conformity stating it's been certified to the latest and greatest GB 2626-2019 performance standard for the China jurisdiction. However, it does not state which class it's been certified to, but we're assuming KN95 due to other product markings and marketing material, thus we have highlighted in yellow for anyone watching to be aware. If anyone wishes to contact Oakley for more clarification on whether the MSK3 is certified as a KN95 class mask, please comment below on Oakley's response. With the exception of the UVMask Lite, all other masks are certified as shown. For the UVMask Lite, the marketing material states their filters are FFP2 and FFP3. However, the whole mask itself with filters have not officially gone through any NIOSH or other certification. Next criteria is source control and PPE. With exception of the valved Moldex 4700 and 3M8233, all other models shown here are source control and PPE. Since the Moldex 4700 and 3M8233 do not offer source control due to exhalation valves, we have highlighted both in red. It is important to note that both Moldex 4700 and 3M8233 can be modified to offer source control by blocking the valve with either a surgical tape or ECG pad, as shown in one of our previous episodes shown here and in the link above as per CDC NIOSH study. The next criteria is secure fit with no gaps, which the first 5 models comply with. However, the KN95 and KF94 have some air leakage around the nose bridge area, and the UVMask Lite for our face had poor fit with gaps when talking or smiling. Other users of the UVMask Lite have also reported the poor fit, especially those with a high nose bridge, and it should be noted that the UVMask team is aware of the issue and will be providing a free XL cushion replacement for anyone experiencing gap issues in about 6 weeks' time. Thus, once we receive our XL cushion, we will post a dedicated video of our findings. In the meantime, we cannot recommend the UVMask Lite due to the poor fit with gaps that we've experienced. The next criteria is an especially important criteria for anyone who wears prescription eyewear or even sunglasses with their mask, and that is fog prevention. Of all the models listed, we have never been able to achieve fog-free glasses with any KN95 or KF94 masks. Thus, we have highlighted in red and do not recommend KN95 or KF94 masks to anyone who regularly wears eyeglasses with their masks. However, it should be noted that we have found that surgical tape can be used as an effective workaround for preventing fogging by taping the top part of the KN95 or KF94 mask to your nose bridge and top cheeks. But this is a very annoying workaround that should only be used as a last resort if no other masks are available. In terms of our breathability criteria, all models here provide very good breathability for low to moderate exertion levels, with exception of the UVMask Lite, which we found very difficult to inhale and exhale through in comparison to any of the other models shown here. It should be noted that all of the masks here will not be very good for high exertion sports activities, even if they are highly breathable like the Moldex AirWave masks, since condensation will build up inside, which then requires handling the Moldex mask with potentially contaminated fingers to pour out the condensation and liquid buildup. Other masks here with flexible filters will begin to saturate with condensation and become less breathable. In terms of our voice clarity criteria, all masks here have very good voice clarity with exception of the UVMask Lite, as shown and heard with these examples. This is the Oakley MSK3 mask with the KN95 disposable filter. This is the Moldex 4800 AirWave N95 mask with built-in carbon filter. This is the UVMask Lite using the FFP2 filter. And finally, in terms of comfort over 2 hours of continuous use, all models here met this criteria with exception of the UVMask Lite due to the current silicone face pad design, which does not fit well with our nose and causes exhaled air to blow into our eyes through the top gap. For the remaining criteria highlighted in gray, these are all should criteria and therefore not mandatory. If any of the models here have text bolded in red, it means that the should criteria is not met, but does not necessarily mean it is not recommended. For example, the Moldex 4800 only comes in one size for medium and large faces, which means it still works very well for this face size, but not for smaller faces. Also, although the price for single use is over our $3.50 criteria, for some people, you cannot put a price on safety, and these people will be willing to spend more for the added safety, comfort, foam face sealed, odor reduction, and the AirWave design for high breathability that the Moldex 4800 offers. And now, the time that you've all been waiting for. Our recommendation for the best everyday protection mask is the Oakley MSK3 and the Moldex 4800 based on 3 different scenarios and situations. For the first scenario, we recommend the Oakley MSK3 with a PM5 reusable filter for the following situations. Indoor and outdoor situations where more than 6 feet distance is constantly maintained, everyone is wearing a mask, fog prevention of eyeglasses is required. For the second scenario, we also recommend the Oakley MSK3 with a KN95 disposable filter for the following situations. Indoor and outdoor situations where close contact of less than 6 feet occurs for 15 minutes cumulatively or more over a 24-hour period, everyone is wearing a mask, fog prevention of eyeglasses is required. And lastly, we recommend the Moldex 4800 AirWave N95 for the following situations. Indoor and outdoor situations where close contact of less than 6 feet occurs for 15 minutes cumulatively or more over a 24-hour period. Some people are not wearing a mask. Fog prevention of eyeglasses is required. And there you have it. The Oakley MSK3 and Moldex 4800 is our recommendation for the best everyday protection masks, at least until something better comes along for our next review. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about this video, please leave them in the comments below. Hit that like button if you found this review helpful and informative, click on the subscribe button to get notified of new reviews, and stay tuned for the next Weekend Gear Guide episode.